Rightio, we're going to move on. Now, I've had delivery in the post. These cutters were ordered from England. And my hands are filthy dirty. I've just finished making an arbor. 32 DP gear cutters, a number 3 and a number 5 to do the timing gears. Knocked up an arbor. So that'll be on the next page of the instructions is actually the gear cutting. So looking forward to that, I can tell you. But in this video, we're going to make the rocker arm. Now, page is getting filthy dirty, floating around the bench. You can see it there. I'm not going to try and explain it. It's got quite a few features on it. I've got a bit of stock here that I've marked up. So I'm just going to go and it's just a heap of milling really. It's got 3 holes in it. All the bits you see, it's got the lines on it. It's all got to come out. So, and that will end up going down in under here and pushing on the valve. So it's not going to be a lot of room on in the vise to sort of hold this part. Might be a little bit creative on. I haven't got very many parallels to play with, so I think it'll be creative. Anyway, we'll go over to the Cincinnati and we'll start smacking this one out. Should be a relatively easy part, really. First bit I'm going to attack on this. I've got it in the vise. I'm going to attack this bottom section here. So that's 62 thou. It's a bit hard to. What have I got the point with? Righto, so I'm going to attack this section here. So that piece there is 250 thou long, 1/4 inch long, and it's got a 63 thou cut all the way to here, and then we go in till we got well, we'll go down another 125 thou and do this tail here. Then we'll flip it over and we just got to cut this section here out. So a little bit of fiddly, but hopefully we can get it. Just got to hit the numbers and we'll be right. It's a bit of a wild setup. Got a parallel on its edge down here. Got another homemade botch up parallel. Another parallel there with another one on its side here holding this piece against the jaw. Just so I can get the right height and the clearance, which I don't think I'm actually going to. Oh yeah, I'll get it. So I should be able to do this top section, come down and step down all in one hit. So all in one setup, then I have to flip it over and just got to knock this section out of in here. Got to leave a 1/4 inch on the end here. That's it. Rightio, so it looks like I've hit the numbers right on here. I don't know whether you can pick it up in the camera or not. There's a scribe line there. which is 1782 or something thou from this end here. That has to go down a further 125 thou deep. Shooting for 125, I probably overshot it now. It's 100, 10, 15, 20. I overshot it by half a thou. I can live with that. That's it so far. It's a nice finish on it, nice and smooth. So what there is now, which I've lost my pencil, is there's a section here, down there, across there, and back up has to come out, and then it's got to have a cross hole, like a pivot hole, a threaded hole here where a bolt goes in for the tappet, and a tiny little oiler hole. Okay, I've touched off the top here, touched off at the end. I've got to come 1.797 inches in at 62 thou deep. I've set the knee dial to 0, got dial indicator set on the travel on the x-axis, so I'll get that down, and then we'll drop down again another 63 thou and do the next bit, if that adds up in my head, sort of. Rightio, we've got to put the pivot hole in here. So I've used an edge finder and picked up on the edge, come in half the distance, picked up on this back edge and shifted in 2 inches and 157 thou. That'll put me where this pivot's got to go. So it's got to be a ream 3mm hole. Now this is a cheap as shit Chinese reamer. Mate, these are pretty pox. The two ends are concentric, but the centre's not. So it looks like it's running off to, you'll see it in a minute, it's pretty embarrassing. Okay, now I can flip it over, and I've got to put a 1mm hole, an oil hole in there, but I might go 1.5. I don't think oil's going to run through a 1mm hole all that good. Okay, now I can shift up to this end and drill and tap the 3mm hole in the centre of this square. That time of year again, the dunny budgies hanging around. Bastards. Just got a deburr underneath that hole. And this part is done. Okay, off camera I machined up a couple of thin brass washers, one thin one spacer. As you can see them there or not. Yeah, so goes the washer.
On the hole at the top. Spacer.
Just have a little bit of lock. Just meant to have a shoulder bolt in here, but I haven't got any shoulder bolts, so just have a touch of Loctite on the thread, just to hold. It's going to have a spring under here, but that's going to operate the valve, the exhaust valve, off that cam that I made, wherever it's gone. Probably lost that bastard too in here. And where that's gone now. So one of them days, I tell you, I put something down, I lose a bastard. I got no idea where I put things. Anyway, it'll show up because I ain't making another one. So anyway, that's the way that ended up in the end. Oh, look at that. Sitting there the whole time. Why didn't you just tell me? So that'll obviously run on the that goes, this cam lobe goes on the back of the timing gear. Push down on the end of this rocker arm. And hopefully go like that. And hopefully when it's running. Rightio, so we're up to cutting the gears for this engine build. You just seen me make the 48 tooth blank, and I've made the 24 tooth blank as well in the same manner, which is the 24 tooth one goes into the flywheel and the 48 tooth one takes a cam lobe. Now I have already made a set of gears just as a trial to make sure, because I've never ever cut gears in my life. I've only just picked up the dividing plates, but I've already gone ahead and done a trial run to make sure I got my shit in one sock, and there they are there. These pins are exactly the same dimensions as what the sidearms are here, so, and they fit absolutely spot on. Now this is a pretty big milestone for me. I was cacking me pants the whole time, but I had my mum and dad up and last 3 days, and I made them while they were here so they could sort of see how they were, see how things are made, and they were absolutely blown away. So was I, that it actually worked and I didn't screw up. Well, I did screw up. I did I stuffed up the dividing with the sector arms. So that one got turfed. And while I was at it, I made another set of the same gears but in aluminium. And yeah, Mum and Dad took them home. They were pretty fascinated, so I made them a set. And when I made the cam lobe, I actually made a cam lobe out of aluminium to start with, and yeah, I threw that on there for them too, and they were pretty excited that a Cincinnati that's made in the 1940s can still make gears. And yeah. Anyway, that was a bit of fun for a few days when Mum and Dad were up. So I'll go and set the rotary table back up on the mill, and we'll pick a gear and start building. See what happens. Here we go. Oh well, here's a decider whether it's done right or wrong. Hopefully that shouldn't cut. Just shaving. Gotta be happy with that. I certainly am. Alright, I'll get this off and we'll have a good look at it. Well, that's how the gear ended up. A little bit of polishing on this side, but I am absolutely over the moon. So it meshes with that one well. Down there, you bastard. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I'm blown away, to be quite honest. That, like, I never thought in a million years I'd be actually making gears, and bloody hell, here I am doing it. Absolutely over the moon. This just opens up a whole new avenue for, you know, different projects in the future. Being able to cut gears for different projects. There's been projects in the past that I haven't done because it's had gear cutting in it and I've never been set up to do it. Well, now I am. So, gonna be fun times, I reckon. And it's a really good achievement. Probably people think it's pretty mundane, sort of cutting gears, but to me it's a huge achievement. Anyway, that part's done. Now we can move on. Now I've got 2 spare gears. But that's alright. I really enjoyed doing it. Thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I'll make gearbox now. Righto, onwards and upwards.